Welcome to another session of my English course. This is Dr. Mafi. I've been teaching English for quite a while now. Well, today's lesson is about have or has. When we want to say that we have something, we possess something, we use this very common word in English, or verb, should I say. Well, have and has. Where do we use have? Where do we use has? I gave you 3 examples here, right? For I, we use have, or they, or we, or you. But for he, she, it, we use has, okay? Now, let's go back to the first example I gave. I have a car. I have a car. The second example, they have cars, because they have, well, they are plural, so we are talking about more than one person, 2 people at least, or 3 people. So they have cars. Maybe they have a car. All of them have one common car. They share the car. But here I gave the example of the plural cars. I just wanted to mention that it's different from a car, which is the singular form of a car. And now the third example, he has a car. Maybe he has more than one car, right? Many cars, if he's rich enough to afford the cars. Now let's go to see if we can make them negative. These structures that I used were all positive structures, right? Positive structures or affirmative structures. Now, let's look at the negative ones. I don't. Well, I didn't write I and the rest of the story or the sentence just to make them distinct, how we make them negative. So for have, we say don't have or do not have. I don't have a car. I don't have a car. For they, the negative form is they don't have cars, or they don't have a car if they have one single car. And the last example that I gave, he has a car, he doesn't have. For the first 2 examples, I gave don't have. But for the last one, because it's has, we didn't use have. For he, she, it, we use has. So in order to accompany this with the right choice of word or auxiliary verb, we use does instead of do, right? So doesn't, then has changes into have. Be very careful, right? Note please here, doesn't have, not doesn't has. We don't say that, okay? And if you want to make all of these sentences or the examples that I gave questions, make them interrogative sentences. Now you can see, do you have, well, we use again the auxiliary verb do. But we don't use do after I. We bring it to the beginning of the sentence. Normally, this is what we do with all auxiliaries, right? Auxiliary or modal verbs, they come at the beginning of the sentence to make them interrogative or a question. Now, let's see what happens. Do you have, you can ask yourself, do I have a car? Of course. But since we normally address other people when they say I have, you say, do you have a car? Do you have a car? Well, obviously, the answer would start either with yes or no, because these are all what kinds of questions? Yes or no questions. We say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Not have. Not yes, I have. Yes, I do. Again, we use the auxiliary do. Or you answer with no. No, I don't. No, I don't. Yes. All right? The second example, or the middle example, they have cars. Do they have cars? Do goes to the beginning of the sentence, right? So do they have cars? Yes, they do. No, they don't. It's very easy, right? And the last example, he has a car. Then here we don't use do. We have to use for all third-person singular subjects, subject pronouns, like he, she, it, we use does. Does, and we use them at the beginning to make a question, right? Does he or does she, for example, does he have a car? Does he have a car? Have, note please, not has. Have a car, because we already used an auxiliary which is third person, right? Singular. So we say, yes, he does, or the answer would be, no, he doesn't. Thank you very much for watching us. Please give us your comments and feel free to ask any questions you have. Thank you.